Is a special presentation of members-only content. To enjoy more affluent original series, become an iNow. Sign up tonight, a Real Deal Media member. Now back to our regular scheduled program.
I am still Dean Ryan, your cruise director, cruising with you to midnight and beyond, and we're now going to venture into a very, very popular game that is sweeping the nation. And if you don't know what it is, you're going to find out here, if you're new, that it's a question that's often asked of what would Jim do?
What would Jim do? What would Jim do? What would Jim do?
Who is Jim? Jim is he's a philosopher, he's a professor, he's a Marine, he's an artist, he's a crooner, he's a husband, he's a father, grandfather, and he's a neighbor and a friend. There's a lot of things. He has a lot of culture, a lot of experience, but there's one thing he doesn't do, and that's tells a lie. He can't tell a lie. In fact, Abraham Lincoln learned it from him. I believe that's the case. So we have some panelists who are going to be joining us here tonight that have stayed over. We have Anna Toledo, who is she's aiming to win tonight and playing for the win, and as well as Michael, who's joining us, and Rebel Mama. Okay, so we're going to have about 7 questions or less of scenarios of what Jim would do. You have to guess the right one. And the winner of this game now, okay, the winner of this game is going to get 3 days and 4 nights over there at the Ukrainian Hotel in the Zelensky Suite. Okay. All we ask of our participants, no cheating, no phoning a friend, and audience, please don't help them. All right, we're going to now start with number 7 of what would Jim do, and I'm going to give you the scenario. Jim gets invited to a New Year's Eve party only to discover it's being thrown by the Zionist Federation of America. What does Jim do? What does Jim do? Okay, what does Jim do? And I'd be scared, for one. Does Jim A, inquires if they validate parking? Okay. B, tries to fit in by putting on a Shriner's hat. Okay. Is it C, attempts to carry out the ICC arrest warrant for Netanyahu in hopes for a cash prize? Jim, how about for the good of humanity, Jim? How about that? Or is it D, indulges at the open kosher bar and embarks on a 90-minute tirade of how shitty Barbara Streisand is? Okay, there you have it. Of what would Jim do? That is something right there. Why don't we start with you? Anna, since you're new to the game. Go ahead. Tell us, what does Jim do when invited to a party thrown by the Zionist Federation of America? That is something.
Well, look, the reason for my decision is because I highly admire his intelligence and his elegance, so I would go for D. He would just take advantage of the situation, go for the open kosher bar, really? and not cause any ruckus. That's what because it's not the appropriate place for him to do so. So that's what I think.
Okay. Jim, you're being called a lush by Anna. How do you feel about that? Okay, so let's now go to Michael, please. Tell us, what would Jim do in this scenario right here on New Year's Eve?
I'm going to go D as well, because if you're already there, you might as well take advantage of the free alcohol, and maybe I'll even have some fun.
Well, see, Jim, you get to know who your true friends are, Jim, right here tonight. Okay, go ahead, Marnie. Tell us.
I have to go with B, with a side of D. In other words, yes to the kosher bar of D, but being the journalist and inquiring mind that Jim is, he would have to go and put on the Shriner's hat, blend in, and gather intel.
Jim, at this time, please tell us what you would do at this party. We're dying to know. If you could, go ahead.
No doubt about it. I would attempt to carry out the ICC warrant and arrest Netanyahu.
Oh, wow. Okay. Nobody wins at that one. You know, it's a sad state of affairs, but that's how the cookie rumbles and crumbles right there. Okay, we're going to go to number 6 right now, as this just gets better. I don't know what to say because it's that time of the year. Here it is, number 6. Let's now get to it, shall we? Jim's college football team, he loves the Badgers over there in Wisconsin, are playing in the Rose Bowl. Their star quarterback gets injured with minutes left in the game. Wow. What did Jim do? Does he A, becomes extremely emotional by slicing and dicing jalapenos for his nacho platter? He's been known to do that. That's why that got, he's been really known to do that. Okay. Or is it B, decides to find Jesus and begins to pray the rosary? Okay. That happens. I've seen it. C, heads to the latrine only to strike up a conversation about Sandy Hook. Out of all the places, that's an unusual combo. Or is it D, charges the field, slaps the head cheerleader on the ass, and yells, "Put me in, coach"? Okay, there we go. What would Jim do in this case? Let's go with you. Let's start with Marty this time. We'll go backwards.
Well, in keeping with the theme of the night and kissing ass, I have to go with D, except this time it's slapping ass. No question about it.
Very, very scientific choice and pick there. Okay, let's go to you, Michael. You're the lucky Pierre in the middle. Go ahead.
I'm going to go with A because that's probably the most realistic answer.
Okay, you must know he likes his jalapenos because that's true. You saw the commercial. Okay,
I
very
did.
good. And Anna?
A as well.
Ooh, very good pick. Very good pick. So the pick. Okay, Jim, tell us what you would pick at this. What do you do at this college game with the Badgers, Jim?
Well, Jan and I were just at the Cheesecake Factory last night, and we had their wonderful nachos with the spicy chicken and lots of jalapenos. So we got 2 in I would definitely slice and dice the jalapeno.
You guys are tied in the lead, and Marnie, you're in last place, and I can only tell you to catch up.
Unless you don't want to go to Ukraine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zelensky sweet.
Yeah. What's wrong with Zelensky sweet? Okay, here we go. Number 5 here is this game is very enthralling. Jim, I'm sweating profusely. Here it is. Number 5 at the football stadium. Okay, at the football stadium, ICE and DHS are present, implementing a mandatory search. Okay, they're searching. It's been known to happen. It happens. What does Jim do? Does he A, decides to put a roll of quarters in his pocket and request Kristi Noem search him for WMDs? Okay. B, ask the DHS officer, what's an old timer got to do to get a bag of blow these days? I don't know why you would say that. Heck of a sense of humor. Is it C, decides to wear all spandex that day? Okay. Or is it D, confuses DHS with a parcel delivery company and hands them a medical folder containing samples for his upcoming urology test? That's all possible. There you go. So, that New Year couldn't get here fast enough. Why don't we start with you, Michael? You seem to know how to save things. Go ahead.
Oh, D. Why not?
Well,
I got nothing on this one. Sorry.
Okay. We'll go to you. We'll go to you next, Marty. Go ahead.
Got to be A. Anything to do with Kristi Noem, you guys are just putty in her hands.
You think that would be the obvious one? Should be, would be, could be. Okay. There's that one. Okay. Then let's go to you, Anna.
I can't fathom Jim wearing all spandex. So, I have to say B.
As wait a minute, just for the record, you can't fathom Jim wearing spandex, but you can see.
But you can't see him asking for blow from the DHS operative.
There's no time for visualization, Dean. Stop it.
Dean, if those
I don't know what's gotten here. Go ahead, Jim. Tell us.
If those are the choices, as Michael was scratching his head, to make the best of it, Christy
Yeah.
Newman's pretty
It's
nice.
fake.
Spent a few minutes with her. So Rebel Mama wins this one. Now we got a three-way tie.
Yeah, I got a feeling if you request Christy No, they're just going to give you the taser, and then you're going to be in the drunk tank for the next 3 days.
What would Jim do?
What would Jim do in this case if, well, during the local New Year's parade, a lone gunman is on the prowl? What would Jim do? A, before evacuating the premise with his wife, he manages to get another popcorn refill. Okay, that would be A. Okay, that's interesting. We know he loves popcorn. B, grabs the bullhorn and starts repeating, "It's only a drill. Those aren't real bullets." That's very advantageous. Okay, or C, while on the scene, Jim asked the FBI and ATF if it's too late to sign up to be a crisis actor. He has a very keen sense of humor. Very keen sense of humor. Or is it D, spits his last popcorn kernel out, bemoans he's getting too old for this shit, whips out his Colt 45, and kisses the nearest blonde while heroically whispering, "It's go time." Okay. Why don't we start with you, Michael? Since you're always in the middle.
C. Definitely C.
Which one? So it's C. While on the scene, Jim asked the FBI if it's too late to sign up to be a crisis actor. Okay, yeah. He is always looking for some side hustle.
And some opportunities only come once in life, so you've got to jump on them right then and there.
Well, he is a good thespian, so you can't blame him for that. Okay, let's now go to you, Anna. In fact, we went to you last time. Let's go to Marnie. Go ahead, second.
Oh, this is easy. Once again, in keeping with the theme of kissing asses, this time we are kissing the nearest blonde, D. Remember, Jim is now turned 85. He's got to get out of jail free card just based on his age.
Yes, and he's got a soft spot for blondes, we hear, and popcorn, in that order. Blondes, popcorn, and, okay, bullhorn. Anna, go ahead, tell us, what does Jim do with this lone gunman on the prowl?
Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I'm joking too. No, it happens to me too.
Don't love me answering. I would go for B.
B, grabs the bullhorn and starts repeating, "It's only a drill. Those aren't real bullets." Yeah, he's got a keen eye. Okay, Jim, tell us, what do you do at this time during this lone gunman incident, if you will?
I am getting too old for this shit, but I would just go
Oh, right. Man, Jim, a Colt 45, really? That's the biggest handgun, is it not? Known to man? I think it is.
Not quite, but you know.
But it is a weapon I was trained with in the Marine Corps, you know. It's a handgun.
That's why I picked it. Subconsciously, spiritually, I knew I was on the right path.
Rebel Mama got it again.
Well, you know, that's your spirit animal, twin flame, as they say. Okay, let's go to the next one here. As now we ask against Jim's doctor's advice, Jim accompanies his grandson to his first college New Year's Eve party. And how exciting that must be. But what happens there? What does Jim do once he arrives? Well, does he Jim, attempting to fit in, Jim wears a tie-dye polo shirt, flashes the peace sign, and tries to convince the girls to burn their bras. That would be something he would do. I mean, I can see that. B, to demonstrate that the moon landing was faked, Jim agrees to test the gravity bomb. I don't know how that correlates, but it's somewhere up there. Or is it C? After discovering what jungle juice is, he rips the guitar from a student's hand and begins to sing "Here Comes the Buns." Here comes the buns. Little mispronunciation, but a wonderful song that the family loves. Here comes, okay. Or is it D, gets heavily praised and mobbed by students as they recognize him as the guy from Real Deal Media? I mean, that could very well be it too. So tell us what happens, and we're going to start with you, Anna, at this time. Go ahead.
I think that's a slam dunk. That's D.
D, okay, gets heavily praised by a mob of students as they recognize him from RDM. That's could be very well the possibility. We're going to go to Marnie. Marnie, what's your pick at this time?
Well, Jim has become wild since he turned 85. I'm going to go with C, the guitar and the song and the jungle juice.
Here comes the buns. Do. Okay, Michael, go ahead. Give us your pick.
I'm going with the tie-dye polo shirt. You know, he's going to go with the classics.
and burn the bras. Okay, Jim, tell us what it is at this time.
Well, I'm wearing my tie-dye polo shirt. I'm getting heavily praised for being on the real media, which I so much appreciate. It was a slam dunk.
So A, attempting to fit in. He wears that tie-dye.
No, D.
D, excuse me.
I was wearing my tie-dye polo shirt, but it was D.
Oh, okay. I profusely apologize.
It was a slam dunk. This is a no-brainer.
I don't know what got into me, Jim. I thought I heard A, and maybe it's because I wanted to hear A.
Jungle juice too, but it was.
Yeah, I'm drinking the jungle juice. I wanted to hear
an E, all of the above.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, we're playing European rules. Okay, so here we go. Number 2. We're just 2 more away, and I think what's the score now? How many points does everyone have? Anna has 2. Anna has 2.
I've got 1.
Michael has 1, and Marnie is. She's
No,
got 3,
I have
I believe.
I think it's 3. I'm not sure.
Okay, so Marnie, it sounds like you're winning. Okay, so number 2, recognized for his military and public service, Jim is asked to be the co-grand marshal alongside Jane Fonda at a parade. That's got to be exciting and fun, Jim. And look at Jim as the astronaut or the beekeeper guy here. I love that too. Okay, so he's asked to be a co-grand marshal at a tiki-tack parade for the Rose Parade. All right, so does he A, is curious to know if she is bilingual and starts speaking North Vietnamese. That's a wonderful taste there, Jim. Is it B, states how great she looked as Barbarella, but then ask her what the hell happened? Gee, Jim, not very subtle guy. Okay. C, noticing the cold weather. Okay. Noticing the cold weather, being a gentleman that he is, we all know. Jim asked Jane if she would like to borrow his leg warmers. Okay. Well, she does wear leg warmers. That's very nice. Or is it D, midway through, feeling competitive, Jim nudges Jane Fonda off the float, not before saying, I always liked your brother better. Okay, so there you have the choices. Wonderful. Okay, so let's go and start with Anna this time. Tell us, number 1, what would Jim do at a parade, being a co-grand marshal alongside Jane Fonda? Go ahead.
I have to think. No, he wouldn't kick her out.
Well,
C. Let's go with C.
C. Noticing the cold weather, being a gentleman, Jim asked Jim Fonda to borrow leg warmers. Okay, very good. Okay, wonderful. Let's go to you, Michael. Where do you go? What are you picking next?
Definitely B.
B, states how great she looked as Barbarella, but then asks what the hell happened. Very subtle. Okay, Marnie, go ahead at this time.
Always the quintessential gentleman. Gotta go with C.
C, noticing the cold weather. Yes, borrowed leg warmers. Jim, tell us, what are you doing with Jane Fonda? What's going on there?
A background story to this. My sister got arrested at a protest in Jane Fonda, and she wound up in a paddy wagon. And she was confiding in Jane Fonda how her brother was skeptic about Sandy Hook, which appalled them both. But if this was a circumstance, I would most certainly be a gentleman and offer her to share my leg warmers.
Oh, wow. Okay, it's leg warmers. It is C, noticing the cold, being a gentleman, Jim gives the leg warmers. Okay, I must say I did not expect that one, Jim. I really thought you were going to push that North Vietnamese speaking bilingual person off the float. Boy, was I wrong.
I loved her in Cat Blue. When we were raising our daughter, we'd watch Cat Blues 6 times a day. I mean, it was just wonderful. So, I'm actually a big Jane Fonda fan. But, our politics may diverge today, but there it is.
I'm more of a Henry Fonda fan. I sure loved On Golden Pond, Sucking Face. Okay, so there's that one. This is our final question. Is everybody ready? It's a tie game so far. Whoever gets this next question wins the entire game. And remember, you get 4 nights and 3 days at the Ukrainian hotel at the luxurious Zelensky suite, where you're going to be provided all-you-can-eat buffet and have lunch with Zelensky himself. So,
Who knows? Maybe need help smuggling more of our tax dollars out of the country.
Hey, Michael, whatever you guys do on your trip, that's between you guys, and you have fun at that, and send a postcard.
I think Zelensky comes with a Zelensky suite.
Yeah, he might say a night or two. He has a key, so that's
Tell me
possible.
there is no big grand piano in the Zelensky suite.
There's mirrors on the ceiling. That's all you need to know. Okay. so let's go here to our final question here. It's New Year's Day. After
There's mirrors on the
long-
table in the Zelensky suite.
in the seat and the razor blade. Okay, so here's New Year's Day. After a long night of college dorm festivities, and we know how Jim loves that, what does Jim do? Does he, what does he begin to do? Waking up on a beanbag, still wearing his toga, Jim impatiently asks if anyone's seen his underpants, accuses the janitor of theft, and grabs another beer. That's very structured, Jim. Very structured. Okay. Very, I must say. Okay. Does he B? A student asked Jim if he remembered dancing last night, for which he replied, "Are you familiar with the Dancing Israelis?" Okay. That's a wonderful comeback there. A good opportunity never missed. Or is it C? Too hungover to move, think, or speak. Someone asked him about the magic bullet theory. He sobers up in minutes. Yeah, that's the Jim I know. He would sober up in minutes on that one. Or is it D? With overwhelming reception from the New Year's Eve party, Jim decides to re-enroll and go back to school because every grandson needs a grandpa as their wingman. So there you have it. What would Jim do? He partied with his grandson at the dorm. He wakes up in a beanbag, and he decides what he wants to do from there. Why don't we start with you, Marnie, and take us home?
Well, feeling sentimental, I got to go with D. He's bonded with his grandson, and he's going to have a late life crisis and go back to school.
Late life crisis. Jeez. Okay, good choice. So D. Okay, back and don't be fooled by the sentimental choice. That's how to reel in the women, but too late. Okay, Anna, go ahead. Tell us what Jim does after a long night of partying at that college.
I go for the sobering up in minutes.
Oh
no! I'm sorry. No, I go for the same. I agree with this. D. He's got a big heart. I would go for the D.
Okay, D.
And plus the fun. It's not just the big heart. It's the fun of being called back in college. You know how amazing it is to go back into living the life of a young person, but with the wisdom of a non-young person? That's awesome.
Well, Anna, I don't know if you're aware of this. Jim's only 42 years old. He just he's partied.
He still has an edge over the college students.
He's lived a very hard life, and he's partied even harder. Okay, Michael, tell us, what does Jim do the next morning on New Year's Day?
C. He's too hungover to move, think, or speak. He sobers up when forced to explain. Theory.
Oh, wise one, tell us, what do you do that next morning? Oh, wise one.
You got to understand, there's a background here. My grandson has just finished his first semester at UW-Madison. And so, this really is heart-wrenching for me. I mean, I'd have to go back. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Look at this.
85 years to look this good.
There we go.
There you go. A birthday present.
Yes.
I thought Hannah Rebel Mama understood me well. I particularly appreciated Hannah's observation. I thought they were very insightful.
I agree with you, Jim. It's Michael who really took you wrong.
Totally missed the boat.
Guy. He took you for the wrong guy, misunderstood you, doesn't pay attention, and so he loses clearly.
What will Jim do? What will Jim do?
And congratulations to our winners. I guess it's a share. You guys mind being co-winners here tonight of Marnie, Rebel Mama, and Anna. All right. Very good on that.
Well done.
Very good. Very good. Okay. That's a quick applause there. All right. We reached that point of the night, everybody. It's been we hope you had an incredible time with all of us here at Real Deal Media. Jim, what can I say? We're about to go in our 6th season. I can't believe we made it this far, Jim. It's dawning on me that we made it to 5 seasons.
But then
couldn't have done it without you.
You're gifted artistically, creatively. You just have a sense about you, and I think you're doing a terrific job.
Welcome, everybody, to another fantastic voyage here at Real Deal Media as the Men's is back for one of the most critical episodes in quite some time. That's right, and that's why I'm your host here, your top harem, Dean Ryan. For tonight's episode is called The Men's Requiem for Harem. Absolutely a requiem for a harem. We are standing up, united, never before, because the man species, yes, we're under attack. And we just need a break. I mean, you know what it's like being a hunter 24/7, protecting people, helping old ladies across the street, getting cats down from the tree. I mean, I can count the splinters in one hand, and it's more than a baker's dozen, I'm telling you. Tonight we have a special lineup here. We have the returning and heir to the front of the Gregorian calendar, the one and only Sean Gregorian, ladies and gentlemen. Sean Gregorian, thanks for being here.
Good evening.
Also, joining us for the first time here is a special guest who is also just like Sean. He took the plunge, and he's looking for his freedom too. And he called me and he said, "Dean, I'll do whatever I can. Just please show me the way." And our one and only friend of the show here, Neil Bishop. Neil, welcome. Okay, guys, it's so good to be here. You are my fellow harems here tonight in our Requiem for Harem. We're going to be getting into a lot of things. If you're new to the show here, this is our college night here on Thursday. And I've had Neil, you know about this. Sean, I don't think you know because you're busy, but I've had a hell of a day. I didn't think the show was going to take place. You won't believe what happened to me. I went to the store in about 110-degree weather, like a true harem. Went to the store. On my way back, Sean, you won't believe it, a family of wild boars were there to greet me on the sidewalk. I couldn't believe I got myself in this mess, and I started moving. So when I would move here, the head boar, he'd move there to face me. Then I moved this way. Then he'd move this way. And I said, this is not really what I was planning on ever in my, not just day, but life. So I had to circle the neighbor. I ran the other way. They started chasing me. Neil, you want to comment on this? You've been familiar with the boar family for a long time.
I don't understand how this happened on a day when you're talking about, you know, this very important issue about men and the things that we go through. And here's a perfect example. We're spending our day fighting off wild boars. But I'm trying to picture Dean Ryan, where you were on foot?
Yes, my camel was in the shop, and I was on foot as a harem. And there was one big wild boar, then there was the big mama boar, then I think there was grandpa boar, then there was like 5 little baby boars. And I said, where the hell did these things come from? I mean, how is this possible? I think people know what I'm talking about here. Here's Judy Scott, who's commenting with great wisdom tonight. Thank you, Judy. She says, they can't see you, Dean. They smell you. Now, Judy, let me just stop you there. I hate to boast. I have no BO. In fact, God, I smell good. It's just incredible. Sean, do you want to add to that? I don't think you smell bad either, do you, Sean?
It depends on whether I've been chased by boars and sweating. I might be sweating and producing a little body odor, but I don't know if this was some kind of sign, some feminine energy trying to say that men are pigs. I'm not really sure, you know.
Well, we have a lot to get to here tonight, guys. And Neil, thank you for being here tonight. If you don't know who Neil Bishop is, well, he's a man for starters. That's, just to get that out of the way. But so we're going to get into some things. And Neil, I don't know if you're aware, and Sean, you should be. I get a lot of emails from men, women, all ages, from all parts of the world. And we're trying to unite the two species in this great time of challenge with worldwide calamity, with gender bending, erroneous agendas. It can be confusing, and we're trying to put it together for one of the world's greatest mysteries, Neil. And that's called women. And I'm going to tell you guys some things as we're going to get into the following here. Top 10 things that women really need now, according to the mainstream. Where a man is going in life. Well, that's right. Women are quite the navigators, aren't they? Well, women say that they want your social status. Women are attracted to men who are career-driven, but keep in mind family-oriented too. Is that true?
And that's where men are going. I mean, you asked the question. We're going where the women are. Men are looking for a fight. Men want to fight. Fighting spirit in men is being diminished. That's where we're going.
Neil, you're on to something. I've had this urge to get in a fight with Sean Gregorian for about 2 days now. I don't know why. It's just they're saying, well, look at this. His intelligence and desire to listen. Well, thank God I have a high IQ, and I can put a Rubik's Cube together in less than 5 minutes. And I'm a great listener. We're like a man with a fork in a world of soup, are we not?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking about with when we talked about the last time about listening.
Which clearly you didn't do right now. Neil, I'm going to go to you.
Were you saying something?
Neil, that's I'm going to save the show if you could before.
I think that women want a man who strongly let the woman know that she needs to listen, because we have a lot of important things to say. Like you need a woman to go home to where you can say, hey, listen to my story about this pack of boars.
And I just want to say for the viewers out there, he said pack of boars and not pack of whores. It can easily be, if you're just getting here. I ran into boars, not whores. I mean, not that I haven't ran into a pack of whores before. That's a whole other story. We're going to move on here. Lena Storman says, men don't even listen to other men sometimes. Lena, that's actually true. I can't even argue that. We saw what Sean just did there. All right, we're going to continue on here. It says, sure of his word. Sure of his word. Well, we don't offer 5-year guarantee warranties here or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure we don't. But, or am I? Well, sure of his word, here's what they're saying. They're saying that there's confidence in how you respond. That's right. Not react. Respond. You say if you don't want to do something, just say no. If you do want to do something, then you just say yes. Just like negotiating, men who say no are willing to walk away often and get everything they want in the end. Let me add, this is so not true, because that's a trap if I've ever smelt one. Just tell them the truth and that you don't want to do it or go there. No, that is going to be a world of hurt. You have to go through it like going to the dentist. You just have to deal with it the best way you can. Am I wrong, Sean Gregorian? Hopefully you heard me.
It's a balance. You have to be honest, but you have to know when is the right time to say something.
Sean, you sound like a hostage if I've ever heard you. You sound like a real hostage to me. I don't know what that is.
Sean's been married for a long time. I can tell.
Can you tell his captor is treating him nicely?
Sounds like something I was sweating.
Yeah.
His wife's watching. She's commenting probably right now.
A lot of people are saying, how many's in a pack of whores? Somebody's see what happens. Anyways, he laughs out loud and has a sense of humor. Look at this guy. He laughs out loud and has a sense of humor, like the guy in the like the total actor there. Well, what does that mean? We laugh out loud, but it's hard to have a sense of humor because, like John Belushi said, sometimes women aren't just, they're not just the HBO comedy special that they might think they are. Or are they? Well, let's see what they're saying here, because maybe I'm wrong. They're saying it's one thing to be funny, and it's another to be a clown. Well, for us, women say be comfortable with yourself enough to joke around and avoid doing so at the expense of others. A good laugh can go a long way in, well, making everyone in the room feel good. Women want a man who expresses themselves in little ways attractive, they find. Never be afraid to be goofy or silly. Okay, let me address this too. That's another trap. That's another trap, Neil.
It seems like it is. I don't, think that having a good sense of humor, you're going to be perceived like a clown. I don't know.
Number 5, a man who acts on his plans, like this dweeb right here. His relationship with mom, female relatives, and other women, which that can be interpreted in many, many, many different ways. Well, let's see what they're saying about it here, because we know my relationships. Well, they're saying that consider how you treat other women in your life. Incredible. Except for the secretary who's works as the HOA person. Yeah, she's a real bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to, for women to notice how men treat women or people in general. But it may not always be fair, because if he has, if there's somebody with toxic personality traits, the way that he has to deal with that, it might not be a fair assessment of him. So, you have to have a balance and understand the whole situation.
And thank you. And Neil, Sean was just describing me. I got his gist. Thank you very much, Sean. I'm a toxic male. The hobbies a man has really decides whether a woman wants to create a nest or just a one-night nest with you, they say. Well, are you passionate about anything or everything, or do you just sit home and wonder every day and night, watching television and couch, a man with hobbies opens the door to situations where women can participate. Well, that's anyways. Well, even if that means simply being there to cheer you on, because women love being cheerleaders. Well, let's face it, they say all humans desire a sense of purpose and a bit of adventure in what keeps relationships not boring. Way a man grooms himself. Okay, well, we're not cats. We're not licking our fur and our man fur. But what do they mean by that? Well, let's find out here. They're saying grooming is no different. It's a reflection of your pride if you walk around smelling foul. No, that's not me. Once again, there's no fouls to be found here. Let's talk about grooming here. Neil, I got to know, what are your grooming tips? Do you put skin, lotion care, moisturizer, aftershave, manscaping? Women want to know these things. Neil Bishop.
Deer urine is my go-to. And that's the smell that I notice because I'm a hunter. And honestly, the times that I would go hunting,
Wait a minute,
and I
can
would
you say that again? Deer urine is a cologne?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think people realize some of the chemical reaction that women have to this type of thing. Because I started to realize it when I would go hunting. I'd come back from a hunting trip, and there was this energy, this chemistry when I come home with my wife. Now, on the one hand, she would try to kind of tell me, hey, you don't smell too good, or you need to go groom yourself. But on the other hand, I'm sensing that she's kind of into this. And sure enough,
really?
I mean, science has shown that it's the hunter-gatherers and that smell that sort of emanates from you after being out in the wild, being out there with, the deer and the elk and the bears and the wild boars and things like that. You come home, and a woman is attracted to that. I mean, that's what I use. And
Okay, so I got to go get some deer urine, and I'm sure they sell that somewhere. And we have a lot of people who are commenting on that wild factor there. This manscaping is very important to us ladies, and also hopefully to the men, because hair in the oh god, I won't say that. Thank you very much.
Good discretion.
Never disappoint.
Facebook here, we have Judy Scott who's piping in here saying women are backwards today. I guess I'm just old-fashioned. We have Vicky Ward, who's very resilient, smart, and everything in between, saying, well, I'll say Dean Ryan, checks all boxes. Thank you, Vicky. And we'll be sending you a prize in the mail. Thank you very much. We have Nigel Farage, who goes by Dyer, saying, why do some men only have courage after they have had a drink or drugs down them?
That's a great question.
Good question, Sean Gregorian. You want to answer that, Sean, in addition to the deer urine revelation we just found out?
Well, I don't know. The deer piss, that's kind of a hard act to follow. But I'm sorry. What was his comment? The deer piss just erased it from my mind.
Yeah, well, ladies, this might be an example of we're showing you that men listen sometimes, but maybe not to other men. Well, Nigel wants to know why do we need to be intoxicated to find courage?
That one. Okay.
Yeah
okay. Probably because people just get guys just get too used to it, so that they haven't had enough practice of just being themselves, and so they get into the mindset that they have to rely on stuff like that to have confidence and be social.
Yeah, well, that's a very good one here. Okay, so here's the last one here, number 1. Well, ZZ Top was right. Women love a sharp-dressed man, as number 1 is the way a man dresses. Yeah, that's true. And don't judge us by today, because it's hotter than Hades out there. Well, number 1, here it is. We're saying that, your sense of style goes a long way in making the right or wrong impression with women. Walk around in jeans and a t-shirt all day, then go out in a suit, and you will undoubtedly get more positive attention.
Sean and Dean, I'm gonna just go out on a limb here and say you're gonna agree with this. Robert Redford and Jeremiah Johnson, and what did his wife make him to wear? Do you guys remember what his wife sewed together for him to wear as a piece of clothing? It was nothing other than a grizzly bear skin. And so, I mean, again, it goes back to kind of our roots. Somebody said women like an evolved man. I kind of take issue with that. We might want to devolve back to where we came from. What did we wear before we had these silly things with all the silly statements on it? We were running around bear skin, and he even had the bear head on him. That guy was, I mean, I'm not into man crushes and stuff like that, but if I were, I would have a serious man crush on Robert Redford's character, Jeremiah Johnson. And one of the main reasons is, what was he wearing? He was wearing this big old grizzly bear skin. And I think that was attractive. And I think, we find evidence of that because he didn't come up with that idea. His wife did. And so women, I mean, prove me wrong. Would you not be extremely attracted to a man if he's walking down the street, taking on a pack of wild boars, be in his bear skin, wearing his bear skin while he's doing it?
We have Judy Scott, who's also on fire and quite the arsonist as well, saying apparel doesn't matter that much to me as long as they treat me well. So she likes a naked man. That's what I'm looking at. So when we get back, we're going to get to a top 3 of what the man brain, which they said, the scientists said, is physically bigger than the female brain. I didn't make it up. I don't know why. But when we get back, we're going to get into that and much, much more of your comments here at Real Deal Media's The Men's. We have a long way to go still. Hold tight. Solid Gelato here says Paula Pelosi. And here's another question about that. Tracy Lynn Witchington says, so was the guy at Pelosi's house there to have guy sex? Yeah, Mr. Pelosi.
Sure.
Jim,
Sure,
we don't believe that, do we, Jim?
Absolutely, 100%. And it turns out the hammer is actually a dildo. You can find it online. It's sold by Amazon.com for about $95. It's a vibrating dildo with batteries. So if you hit someone over the head, it would be like hitting them over the head with a flashlight. You know, this whole thing is such a sham. This guy is a complete left-wing freak. To try and make it out that he's a mega man is just insulting beyond words. When Pelosi called in to the police dispatcher, he began by saying there's a man in his house, as though he didn't know his identity, and then realized that wouldn't apply. So he said, actually, his name is David, and he's a friend. And there was no break-in. There was glass on the outside from breaking it from the inside. And would you believe Paul Pelosi, Gene, not only went in for a skull fracture, but he had cut his hand in his arm when he broke the glass to fake it, broken it. And who has allowed cops in? And there was a third party in the house. They were having gay sex with this hammer, and there may have been two of them. In fact, the pap said they were having sex, and then they got into an argument about drugs, and that's how they got the fight.
Jim, hold on. I'm having cardiac arrest. Hold on a second. Okay, that's a lot of information. Anyways, here's what people are saying on Rumble. Yeah, okay, they're having a sword fight. I'm not sure what that means.
They were having a sword fight.
Well, let's not explore that factor, Jim.
That's gay language, you know.
Okay, moving on. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Real Deal Media's The Men's. It is incredibly on fire here tonight. We have a lot of opinions from all over the world as I'm still your host and head harem, Dean Ryan, per usual. I'm going to welcome back our harems here because tonight's episode is still titled Requiem for a Harem. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? It a true requiem at that from the back for us. Welcome back, Sean Gregorian, our other harem, and our third harem for the evening, who is a man of mysteries. As in, what is that mystery scent? Oh dear, what is it? That's the one and only Neil Bishop. Neil, thanks for joining us here. We're all learning from each other. We're all born from different planets, different parts of the world, different parts of the country. And sometimes women overlook some of the things that men might do. Like, for instance, when I get up in the morning or I'm getting up, I like to make coffee and then I like to fiddle on the guitar just to, as an exercise to get my brain thinking. But maybe that's not what women want. Well, here's what they're saying. They're saying it's time that men stop playing games and settle down and stop wondering why ladies are only admire you or just want your attention. They're saying ladies look for maturity in a man, and not just physically, but mentally. The maturity of a man is measured by how a man talks to a lady through phone messages, something called oral communication. That can mean that's very cryptic. A mature man would always communicate in proper language. It doesn't need to be Swahili, but it has to be English of sorts. And he is a messenger, and it's clearly understood. Well, here's another example before we get to our resilient men here. Well, for example, an immature man would always talk of clubbing, fashion, drinking alcohol, whereas a mature man is believed to talk about family matters, health, business, and who knows which way the wind's blowing. But we're going to get into our top three now, because this is something here. Now, that is so, I agree to that, because when I used to date a lot, I had to drink a lot to feel comfortable in my own skin. Little did I know that I was looking like a complete bonehead in other eyes. It took me a long time to realize that, because I was just fixated on myself and lacking self-awareness. So we're going to get into some top three things that women might overlook in us men here that they notice, from fiddling guitars to manscaping, we'll say. So let's start here with Sean Gregorian, who is going to light the hearts and minds on fire here tonight. I'm looking forward to this all night, actually. So let's start with you, Sean. Tell us, what are women kind of overlooking about you, Sean, and men in general? Go ahead.
Well, it's a simple thing, but they don't appreciate that we lift up the seat when we go to the bathroom, because we lift it up so that we don't get anything on the seat. And what do? They complain that we didn't put it back down. At least we put it up. What do you want from us?
Okay, that's number three from Sean Gregorian. Thank you, Sean. I'm glad I called on you first. Neil, that's a hard act to follow, but I think you can manage. Neil, number three, go ahead.
Thank you for that, Sean. It was the first one on my mind as well, honestly. I didn't know it until you said it, but I'm like, wow.
I think lower the bar here.
Well, I think it's really easy for them to overlook our superior logic.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
Dean, I was hoping you would expound on that.
You know, I'm afraid to move in either which direction. Which way I feel like a trapeze artist, quite frankly. Okay, logic to lifting the seat. Okay, thank you very much. Let me give my number 3. And God, I'm sweating. Not just because it's hot. Well, anyways, my number 3 is quite logical and illogical, but that's what Supertramp said. Well, here's my number 3. Is I think something women might overlook is a man who knows what to get precisely for what the man kitchen and others who share it really want when they take place in the culinary arts. So a man who knows good ingredients that spice up one of the most important 5 senses, and that is taste. Because a man who can cook knows what a man likes as his spice, but also what his awakened divine woman wants as well. So that's my number 3. A man who knows the spice to life and the taste buds what a woman likes to taste. That is a overlooked quality. Okay, that's my number 3. Sean, I'm going to give it to you for your number dos, as they say in Spanish, and I'm waiting for this one very patiently as well. Go ahead, Sean. Sean Gregorian.
Well, especially in our modern day, we hear a lot about expectations of gender equality. But in the workplace, gender equality suddenly goes out the window when something heavy has to be lifted, or some kind of bulwark has to be done, or something dangerous. Oh, now just let the men do it. And if you say, what about gender equality? They're always the one who says, "Oh, I never said that. I'm not one of the people that ever said that."
Thank you, Sean. That's absolutely beautiful. We have a lot of people piping in on Rumble. We have
make some comments.
Yeah, incredible. Just here we have. Here's Dana 1970 says, "Sean, that's a legitimate bitch."
She's talking about my coworker.
I'm afraid to ask. Okay, moving on. We also have Love Chihuahua says that men should just pee outside. Yeah. I wish it was that easy. Love Chihuahuas, but there's something called indecent exposure, and don't we know what that entails? No comment further from me on that.
I'm already on enough of it, so I don't need to be on another one.
Yes, Sean, there's a place for you waiting immediately after tonight. We have Angelina Wolf who says, got to put the seat down and wash your hands, please. She doesn't like that. We have WS84 says, I've been a bachelor way too long. We have Karen Peterson who says, OMFG, I can't stop laughing. Careful, you have to pee outside. Go ahead, Neil.
My bathroom is nature, for the most part. I'm in Texas, so I mean, there's actually a law here. It basically says, it's an unspoken law, but if you're not peeing outside at least once a day, you're not a man. I mean, that's one of the requirements here in this great state, to reveal, kind of expose your manhood. So I like that one. And actually, Sean and I are on the same brain wavelength, because my number 2, the things that we're still on the things that women overlook, right? Is that what
I believe so, but now we're talking about what's wrong with Sean Gregorian. I think that's what
well, yes, and that's, I think, a whole nother topic. But
that's a longer.
Mine was it was in line with Sean. So they easily overlook the male energy. So this has been dubbed in our modern day society as toxic masculinity.
Right.
Masculinity is not toxic.
Right.
Masculinity is very healthy. Okay. And on a serious moment here. So, and I want to just tell you guys this real quick. We have chickens, and we've got a rooster out there with the chickens. Our neighbors have chickens, and they don't have a rooster. Okay. They don't have a cock. We'll call them. Okay. So when you go out there to our neighbor's place and you go to gather their chickens, they go out of town. They say, hey, come get our chickens. You go out there with the hens, you get their chickens. There's nothing to worry about. You get their eggs. There's nothing to worry about. There's no male energy. There's no cock out there strutting his stuff. You go to our place. If we have our neighbors come out and check our chickens and want to gather their eggs, they're gonna run right into a cock, and it's gonna catch them by surprise. This thing's gonna be strutting his stuff. There's an energy out there, and it's gonna be like, doing his thing and flapping his wings and doing his male thing. What he does. This is what he does. Okay, and there's an energy there. It's kind of like when you go to the gym. If it's all filled with females, there's a female energy, and that's a good energy. But you get men in there, they're kind of strutting their stuff, and there's this male energy that needs to be there. And I really like, was it Judy or somebody speaking my language here? They said, just let men be men. Let the man energy let it go, man. Just appreciate it. I think women
Yeah.
overlook that, the need for it, right?
The energy. Very good, Neil. Vision number 2, very lovely. And Kay, and I think we have Cheyenne Hemphill says, irk, ear. Yes.
Exactly.
And,
Right.
in
That's the cock
response
sound.
to what Neil was talking about. Yeah, he was talking about cock energy. Yes, absolutely. I could not agree more. Let me give my number 2 here. How do I follow that one? Well, you know what? I think there's something to be said about that. Well, here's my number 2. A man who knows how to give a good massage, a foot massage, because women are on their feet all day. I'm very sympathetic to women who, strut. Speaking of chickens and energetic cocks, well, women who are strutting all day, they're tired. They need a back rub. And luckily, and I hate to brag, Sean and Neil, but I have magic hands, and God gave us magic hands to take the pain away. And I think that when we talk about things that women might overlook, is a magic man who knows how to give a good foot rub, neck rub, massage, shoulder, etc. It can go a long way, and I think it gets overlooked compared to all those other magazines we were reading about, how they said, well, you have to dress like, you got to dress like Matthew McConaughey and have some goals, and you have to love your totally evil, wicked mother, and all these different things. And, no, a massage goes a long way. So anyways, all right, after that one.
Dean, can I massage that thought just real quick? I mean, don't women overlook the need for a man's need for a massage too? Dean or Sean, go. Take off with that. Take off.
What a great segue. Sean, I'm going to let you answer that because I don't have anyone massaging my thoughts. Go ahead, Sean.
I can't complain about that because my wife gives great massages, just to divulge a little personal information there. But if I have a little tightness in the shoulders or the neck from tension, she takes care of that for me, and she does a good job.
Yeah, okay. Well, I sense a lot of tension tonight, Sean. She might be judo chopping that neck immediately.
Yeah, she's on deck.
I can see it now. She's got the dish glove on. Anyways, so we're going to go to our number one, our number one most overlooked quality about ourselves that women might overlook because they're reading Marie Claire, Teen Beat, all these women magazines, just Playgirl, dare I say. Okay, so I'm going to give it to you, Sean Gregorian. Tell us your number one at this time, and feel free to include exotic animals, farm animals, or anything that's wild and boorish. Go ahead.
Well, women want to be noticed, and they want to be complimented, and they want to feel good about themselves, right? So what do they say when we do give them a genuine compliment? Oh, I didn't even do my hair yet. And, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes the times that I compliment are, when she just got up in the morning, or sometimes they're just the naturalness about her. I'll give her a compliment and, I don't look good, right? Just take the compliment.
I'm on mute because I was cheering you on, like the magazine was saying. I was cheering you on.
I was trying not to pull a Kate's on you, so I tried to tell you as soon as I could.
Thank you, Sean, and I think I'm getting tension in my neck. But I think Neil, Sean has a point. Force the compliment sometimes. I think that's what he's trying to convey. Force the compliment to open the eyes, like Roddy Piper said. Put on the glasses. Anyways, let's go to number one, most overlooked quality about yourself that women might not understand or see. Go ahead, Neil, at this time.
Absolutely, and that is the desire, the innate, built-in, natural, manly, testosteronic desire to protect the woman. Protect. All right, real quick. Okay, now listen, just real quick. We've talked about cocks. We talked about deer urine. We talked about bear skin. I want to just real quick mention something. It's called foreskin. And this is very applicable. And this is a Bible story, you guys. This is straight from the Bible. Now listen, King David wanted to. He wanted a certain woman. Okay. And this happened to be King Saul's daughter. He wanted King Saul's daughter. And King Saul said, I'll set you up. I'm going to get you killed because I don't want you to have my daughter. You go and kill 100 Philistines, 100 of the enemy. David says, okay. So Saul's thinking he's never coming back. David goes over there. He kills 200 of these Philistines, and he brings back their foreskins just to get this woman. Do you guys remember that story? I know. He brings back a bag of foreskins. So this is, and I think required watching for all new couples or soon-to-be married couples or women not quite understanding men or men not quite understanding their testosteronic levels or what they should be is watch 300. You guys watch the movie 300. That's like men being men. Like, I'm going to go protect my woman and I'll die doing it. Now, the women weren't weak in that. The wives were strong, but Unitas, he manned up. He goes out on the battlefield. He says, I'm going to go out and I'm going to die. And I'm going to die protecting my woman. and I'm going to bring back the foreskin.
So it's a manly foreskin is what women, okay, or
that's
the
heart of the issue right there, Dean. You listen really well for a man. That's good.
You know, just being a journalist here at the moment. Thank you very much, Neil. And
Judy, you're right. It's a true story. It's a true story. Sorry.
Yes. No, Judy is very well versed in the foreskin museum. But here's my number one here. And I've heard so many, and thank you to my harems here tonight. There's so many just different angles and perceptions and what have you, realities. My number one thing in the same theme of the incredible Neil Bishop here tonight, who's just on fire with so many of you. My number one is, and it really goes down to the primitive factor. And I've done the studies, I've done the research, the MIT papers. I've been just researching virtually for decades now. I think the number one thing that women might overlook is a man with stamina. A man with stamina. When I mean stamina, I'm not talking about 5 or 10 Ks, nor am I talking about someone who can just manage to watch The Notebook 3 times in a row or anything like that. No, I mean stamina where it counts, someone who goes the distance. In fact, I think the musician Sting said it best. Well, never underestimate your tantric abilities in any time of the modern world. And how true is that? I think stamina and having good stamina can really up the ante and please your company, but also get all your qualities on display in energy from the cock of the walk to the foreskinish fortitude to Sean's whatever he said earlier. It gets it all out there, and the stamina is what will keep you in the history dialogues and logs of a woman. And that's it. That's what I think is the most overlooked thing, is stamina and perseverance where it counts. And,
Dean, can we just be clear? I mean, since it's just us three talking here, us three guys, let's just be clear. You're talking about the stamina of a man's ability to listen for a length. I mean, it could be minutes, it could be hours to listen to your. Okay, I just want to make sure I understand you right, because I think specifically, let's just say what we're talking about, right?
Neil, I'm glad you found a way to put me on the spot. And
let's just say
yes. Okay. Yes, I'm talking about where all the magic happens, as they say on MTV Cribs, in the fornication hallways of between, like when Michael Bolton says, "When a man loves a woman," yes, he was talking about stamina. That's where it counts. You know, that's where the Olympian god comes out, and the goddess says, "Yes, please help me. I'm a damsel in distress." And we say,
"Don't worry, I got about 5 more hours. Hold tight."
You know what I mean?
You know, it's like the triathlon. You know, if you get tired during the running part, well, then just do a few extra miles on the bike to make up for it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, Sean. As the old wise man would say, weaken the hips, use the lips. Neil, do you want to add to that? Okay, well, you know, silence is beyond golden. It's cryptic and digital. Anyways, we're gonna.
I am scared. Actually, I'm scared.
Boy, probably last thoughts of all time too. And guys, I know good lawyers. Just letting you know that now. No good lawyers. Final thoughts here. We're going to go to our harems here, and thank you for joining us and staying with us. Now, we're going to give you our final thoughts on this whole debacle of men, women. You know, who's wearing the trousers or whatever Sean Gregorian said earlier, but we're going to put it all with our final thoughts. And we're going to start with Sean Gregorian first, because it might be his final thought of all time. Sean, if you would.
Well, I just wanted to say that, echo something that was said before, that masculinity is not toxic. It's just who we are as men. We've been trying to be taught that, you know, that men and women don't have distinct inherent differences when they do. It's something deep down in you. It's not just something you identify as. And, you know, masculinity is not toxic. If, I mean, anybody could be an asshole, right? But it's not toxic to be masculine.
Well, thank you for referring to me again, Sean. That's number 2 of the night. I love it. Absolutely. Now we're going to go to another harem, our last harem, one of our last harems here for his final thought. Neil, give us your final thought, if you would, please. Neil, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm offended by, I think Nigel made an accusation toward the 300 saying that he's suggesting that they were all gay. That offends me, Nigel. And but it also, I've never heard that before. But in my opinion, they were like the most homosexual group of men that you'll ever see in one place in a movie at one time. So no, I'm going to just answer that question and say no, they weren't. I also want to say that everything that was said here and discussed between the three of us, it's science-based. This is based on evidence. It's true. It's inarguable. The science is settled. Okay. And then one last thought. I'll leave you with this. Be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. There you go.
Okay, very good. And I think Nigel meant gay isn't happy. That's an old-fashioned term,
thank
just
you.
like,
Right.
you know,
Very nice. Yeah, that's true.
like a zippity-doo-dah, gay old time. You know how it is. We got a lot of throwbacks here, Neil. Don't you worry. Okay, here's my final thought here as we scurry out of here immediately, like I did earlier with a pack of horrors. Well, anyways, my final thought is very simple, very pristine, and very clean, just like me. And clean indeed. But final thought is, as we try to find and discover the world's mysteries of like, where's the Shroud of Christ? Where's the Ark? Where's Jimmy Hoffa buried? And which way is north? Well, we're also trying to discover what are women really about, the greatest mystery. What are they thinking? What do they talk about? And what do they really want, don't want, overlook, oversee? And that's what this show is all about, while just trying to find out and learn from each other. Because men, we don't often talk about these things until pressed, but what a time to be pressed as the world of calamities, confusion, and just masterhood, as my shirt was referring to earlier, is quite confusing. Well, hopefully this show tonight in this episode is making the case in clarity of it all as we come together like never before, whether you're 300 gay men who are just really happy and not that kind of gay, or you're just a cock of the walk, just trying to find your way home and doing the strut. You know, it takes all kinds, because to put it all together, you take the good, you take the bad, you put them together, then you have, that's right, the facts of life. And that's what it's all about. So anyways, I want to thank my parents here tonight. I want to thank Sean Gregorian, who's going to be in some deep shit after tonight when the show's over. I want to thank you for being here, Sean Gregorian. And also Neil Bishop, you can catch his show, and we'll put a link out there for him. Thank you for being here, Neil. We hope you join us again. And thank all of you. So for Sean Gregorian, Neil, I am Dean Ryan. So thank you for being here tonight. We'll see you again soon. Always remember to stay tuned, and always remember to please stay awake. Good night, everybody.
What?